This is Lenny Farlee, Purdue University Extension Forester. Now let's ID that tree. In this edition of ID That Tree, we're going to introduce one of our native bramble species that forms an understory plant along the edge of our woodlands and in disturbed sites in particular, and that is black raspberry. So black raspberry is a member of the broad Rubus family, which also includes things like dewberry, as well as red raspberry and blackberry. Black raspberry is quite common across Indiana, typically found on the outside edges of woodlands where we've got some sunlight, very thinly stocked woods or short-statured areas where there's a fair amount of sunlight coming through, or disturbed areas where they've got a lot of sunlight. And it does form patches, and so we've got thickets oftentimes of black raspberry, and they can actually be quite tough to get through because black raspberry will root wherever the stem touches the ground, and so in many cases it's actually forming loops that can be quite difficult to traverse. Black raspberry has alternate leaf arrangement, compound leaves, typically 3 leaflets, and purplish stems that have a tendency to have a gray coating on them called a glaucous bloom that we can actually rub off. You can see some of that here as well. So that purplish underside and then the gray on top is a good characteristic for the canes of black raspberry. And as we mentioned, alternate compound leaves, typically 3 leaflets. This does bear berries, particularly if it's got good sunlight, oftentimes in June. They're quite small and black, but very flavorful. Excellent wildlife plant, particularly for cover and food value both, and also pretty good human food as well. So one of our native brambles, black raspberry.